Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your mid-April 2022 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Ooh, interesting. Heart of the matter is the Two of Swords. This is like kind of a bit gruesome. This card isn't really like that. I mean, this card is really about having to make a choice about something. And, I've never associated with this card with negativity. So it's interesting to see those black birds. This deck, the Light Seers Tarot, has black birds on some of the swords cards. I don't think it has it on every swords card. I might be wrong about that. And I take that to mean those self-defeating thoughts that can interfere with, clear judgment and things like that. So the Two of Swords is like being at a crossroads, and there might be some negative energy in thought form that is kind of like keeping you from being a clear channel, I guess. Let me do this to see more information. So we have in the past position the Nine of Wands, and this is a card of the person who has put down a boundaries that are put down boundaries altogether. I mean, this could be put down boundaries in your life with a person, or maybe you can see that in every area of your life that you have this tendency to just give in to others, and you're really realizing how destructive that has been. So that might be it as well. But the Nine of Wands is also about being kind of like on high alert that perhaps somebody is coming back for more. I always associate that with narcissism, with someone who is a narcissist. And we do have a couple of kings here. And I always associate the king and even the queen with narcissists, because they are usually people who have some kind of control or power, even if it's, on the mundane level, like a boss or a parent. But it symbolizes this kind of like godlike power. And this is especially true if somebody has given away their power, that this person represents that to them, for them. And it's really something that they've chosen to allow in their life, and they're the only one who can kind of make it stop, and nobody else can. The higher message, or this is like the spiritual lesson in all of this, is represented by the King of Swords. And this is about, I would say, one of two things. Either you have to become utterly detached about a situation. So if you've been dealing with someone who maybe, let's say you want to limit your contact with somebody, or you just want to be done with that relationship, but something keeps you from totally severing it. Maybe you feel sorry for that person, or you feel like it's your duty to be involved with them. And there's a part of you that says, yeah, but this person is so destructive in my life. And the King of Swords is saying, sometimes you have to totally make your decision based on cold, stone cold logic. So it's kind of like if this person really triggers you, is has proven to be destructive for you, and you feel like this sense of obligation for some reason, that you say to yourself, how has this person impacted my life? Oh, well, they have adversely impacted my life. Okay, well, if I continue to allow them to adversely impact my life, I'm not going to be good for the other people in my life. I'm going to just be triggered, and I'll probably go down a, bad road for a while, because that's what happens. There's these cycles with these people, with these narcissists. So, sometimes it can be like low contact where people try to have some semblance of a relationship, but sometimes that doesn't work, and you have to just, use the nuclear option, which if you are a caring person, you may be adverse to do, but sometimes you have to. Also, what this card can mean is that the person has no intention of changing because they don't have feelings. They don't have empathy. This can be a person who is very cut off from their feelings. And so they can hurt people and not feel guilty. You may think that if you suffer long enough, they're going to see how much they've hurt you. So let's say this is a parent who has never approved of you, and you have allowed yourself to suffer in some way, and you're hoping, and you might not even be doing this consciously. You might just be like living a life that is less than what you deserve, hoping that this person will see that they have caused this damage within you and, feel guilty about it, change their ways, what have you, and it never works that way. You would be surprised how many narcissists can, just go after their happiness like nobody's business. This is one of the reasons why I think those of us who have been the victim of narcissism question our own perception, because we say, well, how can, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just too sensitive. This person's like living the life of Riley here. They're not suffering, so why? And I am suffering, so maybe it's all about me, and maybe I'm a snowflake, and maybe they're just like dealing with the realities of life. Well, in fact, they're actually very devoid of feelings. And that comes from severe trauma a lot of times. And also, I would say samskaras, which are the kind of the psychic scars inherited from other lifetimes that the person has never really gotten over, and they just are very comfortable with it, and they can just function they can be very high functioning, in other words. What crosses you is the Queen of Pentacles, and this is, your vibe is to be the Queen of Pentacles. Even a man, because this is like a double feminine sign, but even a man who is a Virgo can really get in tune with nature, and they can find that sense of the peace. I was thinking the peace, the pathos, all understanding. I don't even know how to say that. That was in the Bible, but I don't think that was about nature. That was about something else. The point is that you have this ability to tune into yourself, to be grounded. I actually got a couple of these cards for your fellow Earth sign Taurus, and this applies to you as well, is being able to, and I'm even, for some reason, I'm seeing this as a spiritual thing for you, the temple within, but it's at the grounded level. So being able to tune into nature and allow that to soothe you, allow that to ground you. Maybe you've had a hard time doing that lately, because someone has been getting inside of your head. Okay, and this person may be a master manipulator. Well, you have a choice. I think that's what the Two of Swords is really telling you, is that you have the choice of whether or not to continue to deal with this person, or what level to deal with this person at. What's coming in is the King of Cups. This can be a counselor, whether it's a general therapist or an energy healer, a priest, a rabbi, I was going to say an Indian chief, but yeah, it could be like a shaman. Anyone who can help you. It's funny, he's got like a pendant that has a fish on it, so maybe this is associated with Pisces specifically. But the point is, and I like that, like crown, it's almost like the crown chakra. The point is that there may even be a person that you know who is all about his self-mastery that you can get in touch with to help you to deal with this King of Swords individual, and really to help you deal with yourself, because these characters in our life that we're very tempted to say, okay, it's this person that is making me like I am. They're just part of the cast. They're not, you are. I saw this video just recently, and they said you are the star of your own show. And I really think that that's true. That if we put other people as the lead character in our play of life, then we're giving away our power. And so whatever you can do to heal, don't hesitate to do, because you may feel like you are at a crossroads, but you don't know if your thoughts are in order. And sometimes it helps to run it by somebody who has a certain level of enlightenment, meaning that they are aware that we are not just here on the mundane level. I guess that's what I would say specifically. The outcome is the Tower. And, there is going to be a solar eclipse at the end of this month. And there's also going to be, for Virgo, this almost to me is more like the lunar eclipse happening in May, but you could even feel it in April, who knows. And this is to me like this idea of the download, the spiritual download, where you really see your life the very clearly, and you're able to let go of those thoughts. I mean, maybe the Two of Swords is even kind of an obsessive thoughts that are keeping you divided of two minds or something like that. And you see things very clearly in that. I always think of the Tower as these eclipses. And it's interesting that they depict it with a lightning bolt, because it can be that kind of aha moment where you're able to let go of something, because it's kind of like if you're saying, should I do this or that, and then you realize, I'm going to let go of this altogether. I'm not going to choose between two things or two people. I'm going to let it all go, because it's not for my highest good. Otherwise, I wouldn't be so torn about it. So it might surprise you what you're able to kind of tune into on that level. And even with the solar eclipse, that's going to affect your ninth house of the higher mind. So that could be a download as well, but more of an abstract and kind of like the bigger picture. Okay, Virgo, that's what I have for you. I hope that you resonated with this. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.